Howdy folks, hope you're all having a good weekend, and welcome to the, well, closed alpha I suppose, of what is going to be the next wargaming title. This is Project CW. And if you were expecting this to be World of Tanks 2.0, stand by to be severely disappointed. Because it isn't. And I suppose there are all kinds of good reasons for that. I don't know if you can remember, I mean this thing's been in development for some time, but a couple of years back there was a leak. And there was all kinds of footage of tanks and attack helicopters and basically Cold War combined arms operations. It reminded me a lot of what Armoured Warfare used to be like when it was good, when Obsidian were developing it, and before My.com fired them all and turned Armoured Warfare into a World of Tanks clone. Actually, kind of a bit like the way War Thunder is going at the moment as well. With the combined arms battles that you can get in War Thunder with tanks obviously, aircraft obviously, but also attack helicopters. Well, that was a couple of years ago. They have radically changed the direction since then. And I suspect what happened, because the name of this title, Project CW, originally stood for Project Cold War. And it was originally going to be that. And I think somebody over at Wargaming who's actually capable of thinking and breathing at the same time said, hang on a minute. It looks like we're basically developing World of Tanks 2.0 here, which at the time, they kind of were. And all the members of the Bright Idea Club said, yeah, isn't it going to be great? And then that one person said, well, no. We are the people who do World of Tanks. What sense does it make to develop a new title that's going to take players away from World of Tanks? Surely we want to be developing something that's going to bring new people in who aren't already World of Tanks players. And all the members of the Bright Idea Club said, oh yeah. You're right, we didn't think of that. It really doesn't make any sense to be developing a title that's going to steal customers away from ourselves. You know, when you say it like that, it all makes so much sense. And so there has definitely been a radical change in direction since when footage of this game got leaked a couple of years back. Now, well, I've spent some time talking about what it's not. It's not World of Tanks 2.0. I mean, superficially, it kind of looks like World of Tanks. And you have to expect that coming from a company like Wargaming, tanks are what they know, they're going to at least build on that foundation. And that might be enough to entice some World of Tanks players over, but I don't think they're really going for the World of Tanks customer base here. They're going for the Overwatch customer base, the Apex Legends customer base. Possibly, to a limited degree, maybe even Battlefield. Let's face it, Battlefield isn't exactly much competition at the moment. And it's kind of weird, because this game, it's at the same time both more and less realistic than World of Tanks. First, and probably most obviously, your tank has a health bar. So just like World of Tanks, and completely unlike something like War Thunder, for example. And then at the same time, the actual mechanics of laying your sights on target and firing the gun are a lot more realistic than doing exactly the same thing in World of Tanks. In World of Tanks, your turret basically rotates at something like 50 degrees per second and instantly steadies on target when you stop moving the mouse. That doesn't happen here. There's a definite sense of inertia when you're trying to slew the gun onto a target and line up the shot in a way that is actually kind of realistic. This is the tutorial, by the way. Yes, they've got an actual comprehensive working tutorial in the alpha. Don't worry, you'll be seeing some proper PvP later. The thing about the tutorial, it's kind of weird because in the tutorial, it's just you against the AI with some AI co-op teammates. And I was kind of expecting, because the game is going to offer both cooperative and player versus player content. And I was kind of expecting to be enjoying the cooperative stuff more, which this essentially kind of is, because I'm the only player here. You know, I'm not fighting other players. It's the tutorial. In the same way that I really, really enjoyed the cooperative battles in Armoured Warfare. The way that you really had to work together as a team in order to overcome those cooperative challenges, for me, was the high point of what Armoured Warfare had to offer. And I was kind of... Because they're going to have the same thing in this, by the way. The cooperative battle is going to be a thing. But this tutorial, which is essentially a sort of watered down version of that, it left me with an overwhelming sense of, Post-tutorial, you're dumped back into the lobby and you get to see some of the other features that make this title stand out from something like World of Tanks. And it's here where I started to get some very strong kind of Overwatch vibes, although in a very tanky kind of way. Because unlike in World of Tanks, where you have massive tech trees and hundreds of tanks, in Project CW you only have a couple. And each tank, which is effectively a character in and of itself, is associated with its own commander. They call them agents here in the game. They're basically your heroes. It's probably fair to think of the tank and its associated agent as the sort of hero double team that you play the game with, and they each have specific roles. The default tank, the Titan here, with its own agent, is basically a defender. You have a very limited selection of tank and agent combinations available when you first start playing, but obviously as you play the game you will unlock a whole lot more. And as you'd expect in a game of this nature, there's a whole bunch of upgrades that you can unlock for both the tank and the agent. So, a lot of both what you would expect in a game from Wargaming, but also a lot of what you probably might not expect in a game from Wargaming. And yet none of it really grabbed me. I had high hopes for the cooperative campaigns, and to be completely fair, I haven't actually seen any of those yet. But, well, given that that was the thing that I enjoyed most about Armoured Warfare, and I appreciate that your mileage may differ, but the fact that Project CW was promising more of that sort of thing, and based on the sort of watered down version of it that I experienced in the tutorial, I wasn't getting terribly excited about it. But I logged in again the next day, and I queued up for my first PvP battle.
Hey, delivery company, are we ready to deliver?
Lock and load, ladies and gentlemen.
So remember, my first PvP battle, I have never seen this map before. I have no idea what I'm doing beyond the basic, well, it kind of works like World of Tanks, you know, WASD, use the mouse to control your turret, and so on and so on. No idea where I'm going, haven't got the faintest idea what to do when I get there. There's a guy up ahead of me, I'll follow him. You can see objective markers to various different capture points on the compass at the top of the screen. At least, I assume they're capture points. I mean, I don't really know what they are, but they seem important. Oh, he's going this way. Alright, fine, I'll follow him. No idea what tank he's driving, but it certainly seems to be faster than mine. This thing seems to top out at about 45 kilometers per hour. Enemy tanks. My first shot at a real player. Yeah, typical.
Hey you, make my day.
Oh, enemy spotted up ahead. Still more enemies over on the flank. Somebody's lighting them up with a rocket barrage. One of the tanks that you can unlock actually comes with rocket launchers mounted on the top of the turret. You know, I don't know what it is about this game. I mean, yes, superficially it does look like you're playing World of Tanks, even though it looks more like you're playing Armoured Warfare or Battlefield 3. I'm calling in an airstrike here, by the way. That guy's attention is elsewhere, we'll take advantage of that. Struggling to get the turret turned around. Yeah. I don't think I actually did any damage there. Oh, somebody did. Right. Nice. Knocked his engine out. And he's gone. Still haven't scored any kills. But there's some daily challenge progress happening. And as far as the captures are going, it is not looking good. So we're going to flip this capture point. I'm not sure if they have the same reset mechanics as they do in World of Tanks. They probably do, so let's try not to get hit. Okay, we're now capturing. A couple of enemy tanks making a push, trying to take this back off. Oh, we need to back up. Don't want to block that guy from getting into cover. We're almost there. Right, we've captured the point. Plenty of enemy tanks available to shoot at. Let's get stuck in. See if I can do some damage. Maybe even get my first kill. Yeah, that guy is severely overestimating exactly how useful his armor is. And there's my first kill. Hooray! You know, I'm actually having fun here. It's been years since I could say that about playing a random battle in World of Tanks, but this is... I mean, it's a lot more pick up and play than World of Tanks. It's definitely a lot less sweaty than World of Tanks. People do take World of Tanks very, very seriously. And, I mean, you know, there's nothing wrong with that if that's your thing. But it just doesn't seem to be like that in this, and I think it's because of the pick up and play nature of the game compared to World of Tanks. All I know is I'm having fun. And I'm having fun in a player versus player battle, which kind of surprised me, because I was definitely looking forward more to and anticipating the co-op and PvE content more. Wow, look at that rocket barrage going in. And wow, did I just get another kill? I think I just got another kill. I mean, there's no kill counter as well, and I think that goes some way towards eliminating the sweatiness that you get in World of Tanks compared to this. I mean, the World of Tanks community is by no means as bad as something like the League of Legends community, but, well, let's just say there's a reason why they give you the option to disable battle chat in World of Tanks. And, I don't even know if they have battle chat in this. Certainly things were happening way too quickly for me to investigate that. But I'm having a lot of fun here. Even though I don't really know what I'm doing. The whole nature of this game is just so much more pick up and play than World of Tanks is. And that's almost certainly by design. Okay, these guys are pushing this cap circle hard. The team does appear to be ahead though. Can I get another kill? Yes! Oh shit! Oops! Ouch! That hurt. That hurt a lot. I'm down to 279 hit points. Somebody's popped a smoke grenade. I literally can't see what's right in front of me. Yeah. I can't even tell whether or not that guy's dead. I mean, he's not shooting at me anymore, so I suspect he probably is. I think we flipped this cap circle now. There are enemy tanks over there, but I just don't appear to have a shot. You have a repair kit in this thing, by the way. It's on cooldown at the moment, so it must automatically trigger when you reach a certain health threshold. Okay, so I'm dead. That, however, is not the end of my battle, because, unlike World of Tanks, this game features a respawn system, so you just get straight back into the action. We do appear to be winning. Over at the right of the screen, underneath the minimap, there's a points counter. Can't even remember if I was aware of that at the time I was playing, because it's all so new. Oh, I failed something. Again, don't know what it was, but some kind of tactical operation has been failed. Possibly that's something to do with daily missions. I don't know. I need to get back into the fight. So we hold this capture point, that's fine. The point that I captured, or assisted in the capture of right at the beginning, over at Bravo there, appears to be contested. Let's get stuck in over there perhaps. I mean, I'm kind of sport for choice here. There are a number of capture points where I could help out. But this one's the closest, so we'll go for it. And I've been here before, so I at least have a basic idea of what the layout looks like. Alright, it doesn't appear to be under immediate threat, but some of us are going to need to stay here in order to flip it. Oh, I may have spoken too soon. Enemy tanks.
They've got no wheels left to roll.
He's immobilised. Finish him off.
Fair enough.
I've even lost track of the kills. And again, you know, this is another thing that goes towards making this, as well as the whole pick up and play nature of the gameplay, but the fact that there are no kill counters, or at least no obvious ones, does go some way to making this a lot more enjoyable and a lot less sweaty than World of Tanks. I can only speak for myself, of course. I appreciate that the competitive nature of World of Tanks, with people trying to be the top on damage or the top on kills, or the top on whatever is definitely an attraction and is part of the reason why a lot of people play it. But if you just want to have some fun, if you just want to drive around and shoot things and capture things and not have to worry about the light tanks not doing the spotting that they should be doing, or the artillery focusing the wrong targets, where you're kind of at the mercy of your teammates, a lot more than you appear to be in this might be for you. I finished second on the team. My first ever game, 6 kills. I was top of the team on captures. Nice. Also, I appear to have been promoted. Let's face it, it's not difficult in any game to advance from rank 1 to rank 2. But I'm going to take it. I'm not quite sure what it involves, but it's probably going to be something... oh, here we go. Edit loadout. I've unlocked something. Right. So I've got some upgrades available for the tank. Let's have a look. Consumables. Ooh, increase the amount that the repair kit heals by 25 hit points per second. Seems useful. I'll take that. I think they've struck a nice balance here. I mean, it's definitely not World of Tanks, although it's going to be familiar enough to World of Tanks players that they should quite easily be able to drop in and more or less instantly have a better than basic idea of what to do. But I definitely don't believe that this is aimed at the World of Tanks market, because Wargaming already own the World of Tanks market, and they're certainly not in the business of enticing customers away from themselves. The pick-up and play nature of this seems to me to be more aimed towards the Battlefield or Overwatch section of the gaming market. And let's face it, neither of those two games are doing particularly well at the moment. I think Wargaming might be onto a winner here. I was certainly very pleasantly surprised with how much fun I had playing it. Although the fact that they do already have a store in the alpha may be a worrying indication of things to come. But at least based on current experience, yeah, I like it. Project CW from Wargaming, or CW Project, whatever they eventually decide on the title being. I'm going to have to give this one a cautiously optimistic thumbs up. Good job, Wargaming. Try not to screw it up. In the meantime, I hope you've enjoyed today's video. I hope I've given you something to think about, and I hope you're all having a fantastic weekend. As always, take care, and I'll catch you next time.